Did you read this, the beginning brief?
No. You can insert this part right at the beginning of the video and make it look like I'm intelligent.
First things first, this will be our first playthrough for the channel. We have a stack of these games, and we're just going to play through them as we go. And spoiler alert, because we may or may not include the endings with these. So,
yes. They are mystery games. Sometimes murder mysteries, sometimes heists, all sorts of different things.
Yeah, we have a lot of mysteries from a lot of different brands. This particular brand that we're playing through today is the DEADBOLT Mystery Society. They are one-offs, so a lot of the mysteries we've done in the past have been chapters. These are just one-and-dones.
Yeah.
And we have a whole box, a whole collection of these. Some we've already played through, so we have a bit of an idea of how they work. This will be our first time recording ourselves solving one for the channel. And we've, in light of today's theme, we're going with The Night at the Castle.
And Witch Hunt. Yes. The theme of today being Ren Fair stuff.
Yes, Ren Fair stuff. So we're in our witchy garb, and we thought it was appropriate to do some mysteries today as well.
Indeed.
Before we change into normal clothes.
Yes, back into our mundanes, as they call them on the fair circuit.
I don't like the mundanes. Do you like the mundanes?
I mean, the mundanes are comfortable. But then again, so is this.
This is comfortable. I make your clothes comfortable.
Yes, you do. All
okay,
right.
So which one do you want to do first? We have Night at the Castle and we have Witch Hunt.
How about I be Night at the Castle, you be Witch Hunt?
Okay.
This could take a minute. Okay.
What was
Witch Hunt.
Okay.
You're the witch, remember?
I'm not a witch, I'm your wife.
You can be both.
Yes. Okay.
That was weird and hilarious. And all right. So
we're going to get a close-up here while we unbox. So there should be...
There's always a list.
A list of things that we take inventory of.
So let me find that. Sometimes you have to do that on their website, which indeed we do. We'll have to go to the link that they send you on the little Start Here paper to make sure that you have everything that you're supposed to have, because you can't really solve the mystery without every, every prop.
Okay, so we're going to the website.
Okay, so given our experience with the last one of these, I should be the one reading the list and you should be the one going through the box, because I fumbled that pretty spectacularly.
A little bit. All right, there you go.
I'm willing to admit my problems.
You have problems. Yes, this is true.
Not exactly. So we're on Witch Hunt. Let me go down, because they have literally tons of these things. And so you have to kind of scroll through.
Yes,
all right,
a
contents
lot of different mysteries with a lot of different themes.
All right, contents. The beginning brief.
Beginning brief, which you just covered up.
Okay. The collector's card. I like that they give you a collector's card. It's a little thing that just kind of gives you an overview of what you're doing. This one's the Salem Witch Trials. We'll have a close-up of that. All right, we need a sticker.
Sticker I have, and I will be adding this to my sticker collection every time we solve one of these. I have a specific notebook that we use for all of the clues and stuff, and here on the back,
which you'll see in the close-ups,
I have stickers for every mystery that we have solved. Let us go ahead and add Witch Hunt, and when we're done with the castle, I will also add the castle to the back of this.
Indeed. The sticker is being recalcitrant.
Okay. There we go.
All
Witch Hunt is added to the collection.
Now we need a hanging witch. Yep, hanging witch. There we go.
So a lot of these games are basically just these
They'll give you little printouts with QR codes on them.
Yeah, and they'll represent something. Like
Yeah.
in the Watcher, every suspect had a door, and we had to get through every door. So
Yes.
these little printouts are...
So you scan the QR code, and then that brings you to a puzzle on your phone or your tablet that you then have to solve using clues that you've deciphered.
Yes. Right. It's all formulaic, but you know what to expect, and it is largely digital.
Yes.
But I like the digital mixed in with the practical.
Because sometimes you get like soundtracks and things like that.
It's fun.
The last one we did, Dead Air, you had to decipher clues in radio broadcasts. It was pretty cool. All right. We need a crime scene report, which I have here.
Crime scene report.
Benny Miller.
Must be one of our suspects.
Or something. Detective Hastings, which we have here.
These are suspect cards.
Message on the floor tile.
Those are runes. That is the Elder Futhark.
Yes, that's the Elder Futhark. The computer.
Computer.
A black cat.
Is the cat a suspect?
Sure. And a wristband.
It's interesting. Okay. A wristband. Well, I think this is going to be...
Yeah, we're going to have to decipher that too.
Yeah.
I recognize some of those symbols. Some of them are zodiac signs.
Not Elder Futhark.
No. Those might be witches' runes?
Maybe.
All right. Now we need the Malleus Maleficarum envelope, which is the other one that you have over there.
Yes. That's one.
That has stuff in it also.
But it says do not open unless instructed.
Yeah, I know. We'll get to that point.
So, and it's sealed.
So I'll assume that they have it all in.
Yeah.
And the black envelope.
So we have several envelopes and the solution,
at the end.
Is that everything then?
That is everything.
Okay.
All right. So these two can stay in the box for now.
Yes.
And I'll just put that over here so that, we're not super blocking everything.
Light at the castle. Can't go down here until we're ready for it.
Cool.
So
what are we doing with these, One Wonders? Like, have you been keeping these?
I've been keeping the stickers, but we have all of the boxes, so
the collector cards.
The collector cards, we could collect
do something
these
with them,
as well.
Indeed.
We'll find a way to display these. Maybe put it in an album or something.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the clues that we have available to us for the first part of the mystery are all the ones that are loose in the box.
I kind of want to read the back of this.
So we solve the riddles. They're basically like puzzles, hence the notebook, because you
kind of have to write stuff down or decipher clues.
So a lot of my notes are very much like this.
Yeah, it gets a little chaotic.
It is, but that's why.
But that's why we do it.
So we don't mark the actual mystery games and the stuff inside. It keeps the integrity of the mystery game intact. For
the most part. The last time I had to fold a paper, and there was no way around that.
Yeah, that's true.
I want to read this.
Okay.
The Salem witch trials were a series of trials of those accused of witchcraft in colonial Massachusetts during 1692 and 1693 that resulted in 30 convictions. 19 of those convicted were executed by hanging. During this period of hysteria, over 200 people were accused of consorting with the devil. Some indicators that you might be a witch were birthmarks, skin tags, moles, the sudden appearance of animals in your yard, livestock sickness, and your cow's inability to give milk.
So you might have cancer, but they're going to burn you alive.
Yes.
Fun.
Yeah. Truly, they were enlightened times in the Commonwealth.
My doctor found quite a few extra moles on my back this year.
Which?
She wants me to see a dermatologist, like a normal person.
Which? Anywho.
Okay,
we haven't quite finished with the Start Here paper that's now under your notebook.
Yes. So this obviously is where we start.
Imagine. So you compare everything in your box to the notes, the contents list on the website, which we did. It says, read everything. Our boxes are equal parts storytelling, puzzle solving, and good old-fashioned detective work. You never know when a detail, no matter how small, might be important. And boy, was that ever true last time. Like, we missed a thing, and we had to go back and backtrack.
Remind me?
It was shoot, what was it? One of the puzzles, like there was a short, small detail in one of the suspect profiles that we missed.
Yeah.
And that was the actual key to how do we solve this puzzle.
Yeah. So when I hear something that might be important, a detail I think might come up later, I will also write that down.
Indeed. Number
Apparently
3.
I missed that one.
Yeah, well, we both did. Look for things in the box that could feasibly connect to each other. If you see a strange symbol on more than one document in your box, maybe they're used to suggest that those items fit together in some way. Our puzzles and the crucial pieces of information needed to solve them often fall into this category, so keep an eye peeled. Follow your instincts. The majority of each mystery is contained within the contents of the box. However, there are external components that appear at times that might warrant investigation. Websites, Facebook pages, email addresses, phone numbers, etc. As a Deadbolt detective, you must follow all leads. And it wasn't with a Deadbolt thing, I don't think, but it was there was one puzzle where we just straight up didn't go to the blog that they talked about. It was when the lady went missing from the cruise ship in that one mystery we went to.
Oh, the cruise ship mystery.
The cruise ship one?
Yeah,
they gave us a link to her blog, her travel blog, and we were like, oh, that's just a fun bit of fluff world building. Nope, there were clues on there.
Pay attention to the details.
Completely missed that. Yeah. Solve all the puzzles.
I would not object if you wanted to go back and resolve that one.
Fair.
I think enough time has passed where we forgot forgot most of it.
Agreed. Solve all the puzzles. This may seem like an obvious tip, but far too often we see that players try to finish our boxes without completing all of the puzzles.
Who does that?
I don't know. They hate fun, I guess. The puzzles give crucial information for the case. In almost every instance, you will need the information that the solution reveals.
Yeah.
Go to the... I'm going to just kind of speed through the rest of these. Use the QR codes that are on the thing.
Mm-hmm.
QR codes and files might be password protected, so you'll get the password by solving clues. Don't be afraid to use the hint files on the website. We don't use the hint files unless we absolutely have to because we're stubborn.
We are very stubborn, yes.
Utilize the other members of society. They have a Facebook group where you can kind of trade hints back and forth if you're kind of stumped.
Mm-hmm.
You are Father Michael O'Rourke, a priest at St. James Catholic Church. You have been approached by Detective Frank Hastings of the Valley Falls Police Department to consult on a particularly strange case. Your conversation with Detective Hastings goes as follows. Father Michael, man, am I glad to see you.
I think we dressed up wrong for this.
Bollocks. I need your help. I know your history, and I know you're the guy for the job. I also know you've done a bit of consulting with VFPD, which is why I'm here. You, as well as anyone, are aware of how weird and messed up this town is. The chief is considering adding a supernatural crimes department, and you are at the top of the list to be part of it if this case goes well. I'm always willing to help, you offer non-committally. Great, Hastings said, clapping you on the shoulder. How much do you know about witches? More than I'd like to admit, you confess. I've had encounters with a few of them. Perfect, Hastings says. We've got a dead woman who was found hanging from a rope in her garage. Nothing weird about that, right? Well, the details are where it gets strange. The lady's name is Sarah Elizabeth Jacobs. She's a wife, a member of the local gardening club, an avid patron of the Valley Falls Library, the organist for the First Presbyterian Church of Valley Falls, and a volunteer at the local animal shelter. A regular Girl Scout by all accounts, she's a happy person that never seems suicidal to those who know her best. Did she leave a suicide note, you ask? I'm guessing she didn't kill herself. Hastings touches his temple and smiles. I knew I picked the right person for this job. There was a letter pinned to her chest that ties in the witch angle. Here's what it said. Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live. This one is but the first I have identified as in league with the devil. I will expose the others and any who aid them in the coming days. The note is signed simply Witchfinder. Witchfinder, you say? How puritanical of our killer. If you say so, Hastings replies. There are some other things found at the crime scene that I would like you to look at, along with a club bracelet found on the victim's wrist. Obviously, this Witchfinder intends to kill others if you go by the note, and I think the things left on or near the body may offer up some clues about who is next on the list. Start by taking a look at what's in the crime scene report and the rest of the evidence to see what you make of it all. The killer also left a message painted on the concrete floor of the garage. We have to determine what it all means.
This crime scene report does kind of remind me of the cruise ship mystery.
Oh, yeah.
Because there were a lot of interview statements in it.
Yes. All right, so shall we start here?
Yeah.
Police Department crime scene report. Valley Falls Police. Victim identified as Sarah Elizabeth Jacobs. Race, Caucasian. Location, 393 Ulrich Road. Height, 5 foot 3 inches. Age, 32. Victim was found hanging in the garage by a strand of red double-braided nylon rope. The color of the rope is a lead to follow. Also, another thing to take note of is the fact that there was no chair beneath the victim or anything that might have stood on to facilitate their own hanging. The victim also could not have hoisted herself into the air. All signs point to murder. A note was pinned to the victim's chest, image of note with the following handwritten message. Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live. This is but one of this. Lord have mercy. This one is but the first I have identified as in league with the devil. I will expose the others and any who aid them in the coming days. Signed, Witchfinder. Facts about the victim. Married to Marcus Jacobs, a local contractor. Member of the Valley Falls Gardening Club Late Bloomers. That's adorable. Avid patron of the Valley Falls Library, organist for the First Presbyterian Church of Valley Falls, volunteer at the local animal shelter.
She sounded like a terrible person.
Oh, yeah, totally a witch. Absolutely, 100%. It's the gardening, isn't it? Evaluation of Marcus Jacobs. Husband is in complete shock. If he's acting, the performance is Oscar-worthy. He seems to be genuinely devastated by his wife's death. He insists that this wasn't suicide and claims that Sarah was a happy, fulfilled person who lived life to the fullest. No known enemies that he can think of. He was also certain that Sarah wasn't dabbling in witchcraft and gave us complete access to the entire house. We didn't turn up anything to indicate any interest in the occult. One thing of note that he did mention, however, is that Sarah was an avid reader of books about witches. Anne Rice was her favorite author, and her signed copies of the Mayfair Witches trilogy was among her most prized possessions. She was also a huge fan of The Wizard of Oz and Wicked. The witch connection is tenuous at best, and these details are circumstantial and could apply to a million housewives across the country, none of which are actually in league with the devil. Interview with Margot Hendrick, president of Late Bloomers Gardening Club. Sarah had no enemies that I can think of. She was the sweetest person, wouldn't harm a fly. Who would do something like this to her? I bet poor Marcus is just in pieces. The two of them were deeply in love. Sarah always lit up when talking about her husband. She was also very passionate about her herb garden. There it is. She loved rosemary and mint. Those were two herbs that she was adept at growing. She also tried her hand at growing valerian root because she often had trouble sleeping. Fair. Rosemary and mint are good for digestion.
Yes.
Interview with Henrietta Goss, librarian at the Valley Falls Public Library. Oh my word, poor dear Sarah. Why would anyone harm her? I didn't know her extremely well, but she came in every week like clockwork. Do you think the books she checked out are important? I'm sorry, I can't give you that information. I take my job here very seriously, and I already have a disciplinary notice in my file for putting back the latest Stephen King so I could take it home myself and read it before the patrons got their grubby little hands on it. I like her. I can't risk it. Ruth Jennings, or the warden as we refer to her around here, will have my head if she found out. Now, I'm pretty sure Ruth won't be back from her doctor's appointment for another 30 minutes or so, and I'm about to go out back for a smoke break. While I'm gone, I forbid you from looking at anything in our system. Understand? Do not look at anything while I walk away from this desk and stay in the lounge for the next 10 to 15 minutes. Oh, I like her very much. It's going to be that. Interview with Ronald Meredith, pastor of the First Presbyterian Church of Valley Falls. This is terrible. I've been praying ever since I heard the news about Sarah. She was a light in our little community. She will be missed. I've never heard a single ill word spoken about her. She was our organist, played beautifully enough to make the angels weep. Feel free to take a look through her things at the organ. I don't think there's anything there that will help you, but you're welcome to check. About all she has here is her iPad. I'm pretty sure that just has her sheet music stored on it, but you can look at it and see if there's anything else. Sheet music on tablets is clutch.
It has totally revolutionized how Maiden Island organizes sheet music. Do you remember back when every time you had a gig, I had to reorganize your sheet music back into the binder in alphabetical order every single time?
Yeah, I remember. You, at some point, refused to ever do that again.
Did I?
Yes.
Oh.
And yeah. I
don't remember that. I do remember enjoying the monotony of it.
Yes, I suppose. Interview with Annie Mason, manager of Little Orphans Animal Shelter. Sarah didn't. Something was going on with her. She was the nicest person, Kitty. But she was also really upset about something over the past couple days. She volunteered here a couple of times a month. She brought her cat in yesterday and asked if she could keep him here temporarily. That'll be the kitty. Of course I said yes. I called her husband to come and pick it up. When I told him why it was here, he was confused. He said he didn't know anything about getting the house sprayed. So Sarah lied about leaving the cat here for some reason. It may not connect to her death in any way. I don't see how it could. But the cat is in the back if you want to take a look at him. He has a tag, but it's written in runes. I don't remember the cat's name, but I do remember that it's weird. If you know how to read runes, you might be able to figure it out. So if so, you're doing better than we are. I didn't think we needed to know the name since Sarah was only leaving him here for a day or two. Additional notes. The victim has a strange mark on her inner thigh that looks like a pair of lips. Coroner has determined that this is a birthmark. Number 2, which symbols are provided below for reference on the case? I'm going to disagree with a few of these.
Those are not witch symbols.
A couple of them are.
Yeah.
So most of them are not.
Yeah, that's something an ignorant witch finder would assume is a witch symbol.
Agreed. Number 3, there is one hardware store in town that sells the kind of rope Sarah. We should check it out and see if they've sold any lately. I know the owner of Tough Guy Hardware very well. Oh, God, it's actually called that from numerous investigations that have taken me there. His name is Benny Miller. He's kind of rough around the edges, but a generally good guy.
He did it.
He and I sort of have a running contest going about who knows more about tools. He says he does. I say I do. The last time he helped me let's try that again. The last time he helped me, he gave me a question to answer. He said he wouldn't help me again until I answered it. Here's what we will need to be prepared to answer. It's a word problem. A man walks into a hardware store and sees exactly what he is looking for. He says, how much for 1? The cashier answers 10 cents. The man asks, how much for 9? The cashier replies 10 cents. The man asks, how much for 50? The cashier replies 20 cents. The man asks, how much for 99? The cashier replies 20 cents. The man asks what it would cost to buy 100. The cashier says 30 cents. The man asks, how much for 990? The cashier replies 30 cents. You are interested in buying 81,320. Assume your payment has to include at least 1 quarter, dime, nickel, and penny, and no more than 5 of any one coin. How many of each in the order mentioned here would you hand the cashier to cover the cost? We'll come back to that. All right, so we have to have the answer before we can do anything with
all right, let's just
Benny.
Get the math over with. So there's a pattern happening here.
Probably, yes.
Why is this in our game? I don't...
This is stopping the story dead. This is the cave scene on Digable all over again. All I'm thinking of is they can't be making money on whatever this product is.
Right. My question is, what the hell are they selling for so cheap? And why is 1 cost the same as 10?
Why does 50 cost the same as... Wait.
You say it.
So it's like every order of magnitude, more or less, it goes up a dime.
That makes sense, yes.
So we're buying something that falls into this range.
Okay.
81,320. That's an arbitrary number that has 5 digits.
Okay.
And so we need to spend 50 cents on it.
So we have 50 cents. So 25 for the quarter, 10 for the dime,
5 for the nickel, and 1 for the penny. But we have to have no more than 5 of any one coin.
35, 40 cents. So maybe 2 nickels and 5 pennies. No more than means.
So I think we definitely have to have 5 pennies. Otherwise, we're not going to end up with an even number.
Pennies, yeah.
Right?
So 25, 35, 40, 45, 50.
So 5 pennies, 2 nickels,
1 dime,
1
quarter.
dime, and 1 quarter. Wait.
25, 35.
Because yep. Never
40,
mind. Yep.
45, 50.
Yep, that works. Cool. So, damn, that was much quicker than I thought it was going to be. So that means we can. I found the pattern. You did the math.
My money math made this possible. Okay.
Hell yeah. Need to scan the back of this. Hastings, I gave you a question the last time you needed my help. Let's see if you're smart as you want me to think you are. Do you know the answer?
1125. Get this in. There you go.
Screw you, word problem.
See, it wasn't as bad as you thought.
Right.
So when we're done with a card, it goes
back in the box.
face down in the box because chances are we don't need it, except for the clues I think we might need later, which includes the police report. You have the police report because we still need it.
We still need that. Yep.
It has all the juicy clues in it.
Quite so.
And that's another problem I have to solve. Note from the witch finder. So, hang on.
I think I already know how to do this.
Okay. Always marry someone with ADHD. They're very good at puzzles.
You heard it here first, folks.
Okay, here it is. Strand of red double braided nylon rope. That sounds important. Double red Double braided.
Yes.
Nylon.
Yes. Only sold at the one hardware store in town that's managed by Benny Miller here. This is the clue. On the back of the Witchfinder card, the Hanging Witch card, Sarah Jacobs is a witch. Before she died, I made her tell me how to unlock the truth about her. You might think she was in her element the most when playing at church, but I can assure you that isn't the truth. Ah. Okay, what?
Disney Plus.
That's not what I did.
Okay, we're gonna watch Doctor Who after the mystery.
This is not what I did. I did this. Unlocking the library computer. There are 10 letters in the password. Letters 1, 5, and 10 are the same and are vowels.
Okay.
Letter 4 marks the spot. That'll be X.
X, yeah.
Letters 5, 6, and 7 are a conjunction. If that's not it, I will be massively surprised. Good job. That didn't even occur to me.
I like her.
Yeah. This librarian's quickly becoming one of my favorite fictional people. I like her a lot. All right, library checkout records. Search Sarah Jacobs. Refined year 2024. Maybe she was a witch? Look at this.
She likes a specific genre.
Like,
that doesn't make her a witch.
She's very faithful to the genre. I will give her that. Some of them do sound familiar, and I think some of them are found on the actual suspect list from the Salem Witch Trial. You recognize the list of names for what it is, a suspect list. Now that you have something to work with, you should probably compare those names to the other pieces of evidence you have gathered so far or will gather during the first stage of your investigation.
We have a kitty.
We have a kitty.
Yeah, before we move on to these other...
We got to do the rest of this, yeah.
Other stages, we can't even open these envelopes until we've solved everything here.
It will specifically tell us when.
Yes.
So we can figure out the cat's name, or we can figure out what was on the floor of the garage, which is a nicely tiled floor. Or we can figure out how to get into her iPad.
Well, you tried to get into her iPad, and we only have so many tries before it locks on us.
And then we have to wait 147 years before it unlocks. Oh, Apple, never change.
Or do.
The same place you find the contents list is the same place you're going to find the hints file. So we've already got the library computer. It kind of gives it to you in order, like the library computer, the hardware guy, etc., etc. Oh, hell. I was reading into it too far. Or not reading into it far enough, depending on how you want to take it.
Well, what'd you miss?
Well, it's not so much what I missed. They're underlined or quoted, right? You see this shape, and then you match it to the shape there. And then what you're supposed to do is take the name of the element and convert it to the digits in the pad. I have used this alphabet in D&D games before. I don't remember what it's called, though. So this church organist, who's definitely not a witch, the code for her iPad was the word Earth spelled out on the keypad.
To Sabrina
Spellman. Somebody going to be suing for copyright for this. This is more serious than we thought. We may have underestimated him. I'm pretty sure that, and then words in a runic alphabet of some sort.
I'm going to snapshot that so we don't have to come back to the tablet.
Okay. All right. Having solved this goes in the box. And so you can see that the runes or the letters on the wristband.
To start there and we go across. Is this the actual alphabet?
Honestly, it might be.
So.
U, V, and W are all the same. X, Y, Z. Okay, so basically this is going to be a mix and match from this to decode that.
Okay.
You know what? I don't want to write on it.
Take a picture and then write it digitally on it?
Yeah, but I'm going to have to use something that's not your tablet.
Okay. Okay, I'll get them in segments so we can get the text nice and big. Okay.
Okay. That'll work.
Oh, we have a clue.
We have a name for the cat.
We have a name for the cat in that mark. That will align with the runes on his collar. Okay, so get a picture of the collar and we'll put...
Let me just fling your phone across the room. Is that cool with you? That'll do.
There you go.
Cool.
So we have a key for the cat collar.
Here, read the back of Detective Hastings' thing while I figure.
This case is way more than I bargained for. I am having to learn all sorts of witch terms and witchy things. You uncivilized. Okay.
He's a detective.
It's a culture. It's a community. For instance, did you know that moving counterclockwise is considered unlucky, called
Widdershins?
Yep. Well, now you do. You never know what that bit of trivia may prove useful, so at some point we're going to have to go clockwise.
Or counterclockwise.
No, that's unlucky. I'm about to follow up on a couple of tips I have on this case. What I need you to do in the meantime is to determine the name of our top suspect and answer the question he or she left behind at the crime scene. Oh, and given the nature of this case, I thought it might be helpful to get a list together of symbols that are important in witchcraft. You never know when something like that might come in handy. I added it to the crime scene report. First name and answer. Is that the last name? That's a greeting card.
Okay. I was like, what the hell? All right. Hit me with that list of people who wrote down again.
Well, none of these have the last name.
I may need the library back.
Ooh,
That's a fake name.
I thought that name looked familiar.
That's a fake name.
Yeah.
Whoever bought the rope gave a fake name. You know how usually it tells you no spaces? It didn't tell you no spaces this time.
No, it didn't.
All right. Hastings pats you on the back appreciatively. Good work. I've already put out an APB for Matt. We can attach him to the rope purchase that was made at the hardware store. This case is as good as closed. That's not his real name, you inform Hastings. Sarah Elizabeth Jacobs checked out a book with the title. He was England's Witchfinder General in the mid-17th century. That name matched one of the names from the hardware store, which meant he used an alias to make the purchase. Our killer is playing around with the Witchfinder identity. Hastings' smile falls like a poorly baked cake. I knew this seemed too easy. What about that message painted onto the concrete? What does that mean? Any ideas? You admit that you weren't certain and try to think of something clever to tell Hastings when his phone rings. Hastings answers on the second ring. He grunts non-committally several times before saying, okay, we'll be there in 5. When he hangs up the phone, he stares at you grimly. We have another. This one is worse than the first. This one was burned at the stake.
Oh my God.
We need to get over there and check out the crime scene. The woman's name was Millie Good. She owns a bookstore over in the Maroon District called Good Books. Apparently, she was killed in the alleyway behind the store. That's where we're headed. When you arrive at the bookstore, the firefighters have already extinguished the blaze, and the smoldering body of Millie Good is loaded into an ambulance to be taken to the morgue.
So we have a serial killer. This is new for us.
You wait for Detective Hastings, and he eventually hands you a book to check out. The title is Malleus Maleficarum, the Witch's Hammer. This was found on the front counter of the store near the cash register. You want to take a guess what this book is about? Hunting witches, you say? Ding, 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 we have a winner. Another name for this book is The Witch's Hammer. That's the English translation of Malleus Maleficarum. There's no way that's a coincidence. There are some things stuck inside that are curious. My counterpart, Detective Blake, stuck some extra details about the case inside the book as well. At the moment, the book and everything inside it is our next lead. You may now open the Malleus Maleficarum.